Here's the brutal truth. Most small businesses are treating social media like a lottery ticket. Post a photo, throw in a random hashtag, cross your fingers, and pray for sales. Spoiler alert, that doesn't work. The algorithm on these platforms are constantly changing, and what worked before doesn't work anymore. So today, I'm giving you the latest social media marketing system that actually works. No more busy work, but a system that turns social media from a time sink into one of the most profitable marketing channels. And yes, I built in AI hacks so you can save hours every single week and you don't have to get caught up in the day-to-day grind. Let's get into it. Step 1. Deciding where to post. Now, let me know in the comments if this sounds familiar. You're posting on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Pinterest, because some guru on the internet told you that you need to be everywhere. Congratulations, you played yourself. You're now on the path to CEO of burnout. Folks, if you want to be effective nowhere, just spread yourself too thin. That's all you have to do. Here's how to avoid this mess. It's called the 3-platform rule. Focus on a maximum of 3 platforms where your ideal customers are engaging, where they're spending time. And notice I said engaging because just looking around doesn't actually mean people are buying. And I'll show you how to decide in a second. But first, as somebody who loves to give value, I come bearing gifts. If you take a look in the description of this video, I've linked to a vault full of social media resources, checklists, templates, workflows that you can plug straight into your business today. And it's free. Links waiting for you below. Check it out and thank me later. All right, so what should your top 3 platforms be? Let's break it all down using a simple framework. First, you're going to start by looking at the channels that you want to be on. Start with Facebook. This is perfect for local businesses, B2C companies, especially if your core demographic is 25 to 54. Its business tools are unmatched. You've got Facebook Shops, lead gen ads, messenger automation, so much more. And it connects nicely to all of the other Meta properties. If you're a restaurant, fitness studio, or a service-based local business, Facebook probably needs to be in your top 3. Moving on, we have another Meta property, Instagram. This is the go-to brand, platform, place to be for lifestyle businesses. If you are targeting younger demographics, 18 to 34, you are going to see amazing opportunities with Instagram shopping for direct sales, the abilities to make stories, high engagement. Include Instagram in your top 3 if your brand has strong visuals and leans heavy on community building. And LinkedIn is great for B2B businesses, especially professional services that are trying to target decision makers. You'll get LinkedIn lead gen ads, you'll get thought leadership posts that you can also promote, you'll get professional networking features, in-mail opportunities. If you sell to other businesses or want to position yourself as a leader, a thought leader, LinkedIn is a non-negotiable. It's one of the best places to go to connect with other businesses. And then finally, we have TikTok. This is kind of a wild card for many, but it's great for brands that are targeting Gen Z, young millennials, especially if you're good at making entertaining and fun content, you will thrive there. You'll focus on using short form video, trending audio, and high organic reach potential if you're on this platform. And if you're willing to embrace the idea of having fun, then TikTok might be a channel that will allow you to explode overnight. Here's how to choose your top 3 platforms. First, you have to ask, are your customers here? And do they actually buy here? That's the biggest factor. It's worth 40% of your decision. Next, you have to ask, can you actually make good content for this platform and keep up with it? That's worth 30%. Third, does this platform connect to your sales process? For example, can you sell directly, capture leads, or track results? That's worth 20%. And finally, how crowded is it? Are your competitors everywhere? Is it way too noisy here? That's worth 10%. And when you add all of that up, you get a score out of 100. The higher the score, the more likely that channel should be in your top 3. Here's a cool hack. When you connect your social media efforts to a CRM system like HubSpot, you can actually track which social posts are driving leads, driving sales, and not just worry about likes and shares. If you're interested in learning more about how to connect social media analytics to HubSpot, our partner channel, How to HubSpot, has a great video walking you through it. I'd link to it in the description below. So now you know where to show up. The next question is, what do you actually post? What do you create? So let's dive into that. Step 2, decide what to post. When it comes to content, every successful business needs 4 to 6 consistent pillars to build around. These are your go-to themes that keep your brand steady and your audience engaged. Here are a few examples of pillars. Educational content, think how-to posts, tips, frequently asked questions, and process breakdowns. This is what really positions you as an expert and earns trust. This is the type of content that thrives in the world of B2B and expertise-driven industries. The next type of content is behind the scenes. This could be team spotlights, a day in the life moment where you show folks what it's like to be you, company culture, what it goes into creating your business. Let me show you behind the scenes on what it takes to create an Airbnb. These things work well. Another pillar is social proof. Whether it's testimonials, case studies, reviews, UGC, aka user-generated content, this content gives you credibility on autopilot. Your customers do the talking for you. They celebrate you, they showcase you, and they speak exactly in the language that your customers are speaking as well. And then we have community building. This is where you ask questions, jump on trends, and start to engage locally. This is where you get people talking to you, you respond, you engage directly in the comments, like I want you to do below, and this is where you build relationships. These are pillars that you should embrace. So how do we implement all this? I want you to forget everything that you've heard about content ratios, because here's one that actually works. The 80-15-5 rule. 80% of your content should be value-driven, teaching, inspiring, and entertaining your audience. 15% should be community or behind the scenes. This is that human stuff that shows that there are real people behind the brand. And only 5% should be direct promotion, trying to sell. Most businesses get this so twisted, where they promote, they sell, they buy, they want to exclusively do that. Remember, people don't follow you for ads, they follow you for value and connection. Use tools like Canva's AI design suggestions for branded templates. Remove.bg is a great product for professional product photos, and Opus will help you cut long-form videos into social media ready clips in a matter of seconds. And if you have gone through the motions of creating all of this content, you can use HubSpot's social media management tool to let you schedule these posts to go out all from one platform, and of course, you get to track it. You can track the engagement, you can track the click-through rates, you can track it all. And better yet, you can even compare how you're doing on one channel versus the next. And one thing I'd advise is that you set up automated cross-posting and monitor your performance analytics across different platforms. Again, this makes your life way easier and avoids you becoming the CEO of burnout. The beauty of using things like HubSpot is that your social media data integrates directly with your contacts and deals, so you can even see which social posts led to nurturing or closing a customer. Step 3, getting discovered. Let me save you hours and hours and hours of wasted time. Hashtags are not the growth hack that they used to be. Most businesses are still playing by circa 2020 rules when the algorithm in the game has completely changed. Folks, I want to share with you the top 4 ways that you can help the right people find your content. Number 1, content optimization. Create content that sparks real conversation by asking specific questions so people leave comments. Write captions like they're SEO, because yes, social is a search engine. People are using social channels to discover you. And when you do see someone comment, respond in the first hour. Number 2, the hashtag strategy. Do hashtags still matter? Kind of, but you have to do it in moderation. Think quality over quantity. On Instagram, you used to use 20 different hashtags. Don't do that. TikTok, 15. Facebook, 5. No. You have to be very laser focused with relevant hashtags instead of spamming your audience with them. Number 3, cross-platform optimization. Make sure that your content is tailored to the native channel. The type of content that resonates on X, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, Mastodon, etc. is going to vary. So you want to test it. See what type of content your audience wants on these channels and give it to them. Number 4, engage and convert. Discovery isn't just about what you post, it's about how you engage. Here's the 5-minute daily rule. Respond to comments within 2 hours. Engage with 10 accounts in your industry, share and comment on customer posts, and jump into relevant conversations. Use community features like Instagram story, polls, Facebook groups, LinkedIn, employee advocacy. And if you really want to boost engagement, try live Q&As or behind the scenes tours. People love that raw, unfiltered access. And if you can find 5 minutes a day to just engage, to just show up where your audience is active, and really do that with intention every single day, you are going to see an unlock in the amount of engagement and trust that you build with your customers. Step 4, automate and optimize your workflow. Here's the thing about automation. It can save you hours, but it can also make you look like a robot and really silly if you overdo it. The key is knowing what you should automate, and what actually needs to stay human. You want to automate a lot of that repetitive task, the repetitive stuff, so you can focus on the things that need to be human, like building a relationship. Things like scheduling content, cross-posting, lead capture from social traffic, basic customer service replies, think like your FAQs. Those things can all be automated. But when it comes to actual human connection, you do want to keep it human. Nobody wants to feel like they're talking to a chatbot when they think they're speaking to you. Don't automate your direct messaging responses, comments, conversations, crisis communication, or even your community management. People come to social media for connection, not just to see a copy and paste script that they can clearly tell from that big old long M dash was clearly written with AI. Don't automate the human touch. Don't automate all of the comments that you leave on people's posts on LinkedIn. Automate the things that need to be repetitive. Here's where the magic of automation really kicks in. We're not just talking about likes and follows anymore. We're talking about leads that now go straight into your sales funnel without lifting a finger. For example, when someone engages with your social media posts and clicks through to your site, a CRM like HubSpot can automatically trigger an email sequence, set up tracking pixels on your social traffic, and create automated workflows based on social sources that ensure that the conversations are tailored to them. While this is happening, you can have segmented leads with targeted follow-ups that speak to their pain, and you can track all of this. You're not just getting likes, folks. You're getting leads that enter your HubSpot funnel with full attribution tracking. This is the benefit of fully embracing automation while still keeping things human. There's also cross-platform publishing. This is another game changer, folks. You can create content once and let HubSpot handle all of the heavy lifting across multiple platforms, distribute forever, right? You can schedule posts at the best time for each audience on each channel, and you can make sure that it's tailored to them. You can see it all in one dashboard, so instead of scrambling to post everywhere manually from this account to that account, using your passwords, switching it up every time, no, you can do it all in one place with seamless automation and connection. And then we have AI marketing. Now, here's where AI steps in as your 24/7 assistant. AI can draft responses and suggestions to help you get questions answered that you tend to get every single day. It can create content for you based on your brand voice, your style, your tone, and it can even suggest for you when those things should go live. And when a trend starts to pop in your industry, when everyone is talking about a certain thing, AI can surface the ideas so you can ride that wave before it's over. Let AI do the heavy lifting so you can focus on being creative and building connection. Here's one of the biggest shifts right now in social media: social commerce. Social media can literally become your store. On Instagram, Facebook, on lives, you can connect your product directly through a catalog. You can create a video and sell on your camera. You can tag your products directly in your post where it's an easy click to ultimately purchase. On Facebook, you can enable Facebook Pay for seamless checkout, use dynamic ads to retarget people who have been on your site, even people who have an abandoned cart. Your posts shouldn't just build awareness, they should drive sales, and there's never been a better time to use remarketing on social to do it. Then we have lead magnets. If you want to turn those followers into leads, you need to give them something valuable, something that is worth giving up your email for. Then we have social proof. If you want people to trust your business faster, show what your customers are saying. Turn those reviews into Instagram stories or save them as a highlight where all of the stories are connected in one place. Cut your testimonials into short, shareable clips for Reels. Post those case studies as PDFs on LinkedIn to build credibility, or drop customer quotes directly into your email campaigns when you set up your automations for drip campaigns in HubSpot. This gives that peer-to-peer trust that people want, and that is always stronger than an ad. Then we have retargeting and custom audiences. Here's where your social strategy really levels up. When you sprinkle in remarketing, where you can show ads to people who you already know, who have visited your website, who have added something to their cart, you're able to get your content in front of your best customers. Here's a simple framework that you can use. One, you're going to install the Facebook pixel on your website to track interactions, events, etc. Build custom audiences based off of who's there. And then you're going to retarget those across multiple platforms. This is how social media stops just being a place where you upload content and starts to really drive sales through your funnel. So now you know where to post, what to post, and even how to get discovered. But what do you actually do with all this momentum? This is where you need to know what to measure in order to grow, which takes us to step 5, track and measure results. This is all about smart measurement. Once your social media funnel is running, stop obsessing over likes, shares, engagement, and follower count. They're good metrics, but they're vanity. What matters most is whether or not you're actually driving sales, leads, results. Here's what I want you to track. Awareness. How many people are you actually reaching? How many people are seeing your content on a regular basis? Brand mention, share of voice, follower quality, not just the number. Then you want to care about engagement. Check your engagement rate per story, per asset. What is your completion rate? How often are people actually sharing and saving your content? And then finally, conversion. How many people are actually clicking through? How many leads are you generating from social? And what is the attribution connected back to sales? What's your cost per lead? These are the things you actually want to study. But here's the secret to long-term success that a lot of people don't realize. Don't just set it and forget it. Every single month, you should be running a quick optimization cycle that keeps your content sharp and your strategy relevant. Here are the top 5 steps that you need to take. 1, look at your top performing content and find patterns. Which formats, topics, or hooks are driving the most results? Where do you start to see a trend of this type of content is always working? Find the underperformers and walk away fast. Don't use those ever again, but find the winners and play your greatest hits. Test new formats, posting times, because remember, social changes fast and you need to keep up with these changes to stay relevant. Refine who your audience really is based off of the reactions that you're seeing. And finally, keep an eye on the competition. Watch what content they're pushing. What's working? What's engaging? Are they onto something that you didn't see? Run this cycle every single month to ensure that your strategy doesn't get stale. Remember, social media isn't just about posting. It's about analyzing, listing, and responding to the content that the community cares about. Step 6, monitor and respond. A single bad review, an unanswered comment can kind of snowball pretty fast. So you need to have a plan before things blow up and you are on the front page of all the media sites. So make sure you monitor everything by setting up alerts for brand mentions across all the platforms. Prepare by creating response protocols for your team so they know how to deal with positive, good, or neutral feedback. And of course, train your team on tone and voice and build clear escalation steps if something does hit the wall. During business hours, aim for 1 hour response time. And after business hours, you should set up auto reply so people know that you've got it and you will reply tomorrow. Establish some templates that your team can be equipped with to help save time. And urgent issues, maybe just let them know that they can instantly ping you so you can jump in and help. So now let's put everything that we've talked about together in an actionable plan, one that you can do in just 90 days. This is what I like to call the 90-day social media playbook. All right, so 90 days social media playbook that takes you from zero to a scalable system week by week. In week 1, set your foundation. First, you're going to audit the platforms and pick your top 2 to 3, then set up tracking, create brand templates, lock in content pillars, create your first content calendar, and in the social media vault, link below, there's a downloadable social media calendar template that you can grab to get started. On week 2, focus on creating content and automating your systems. Start by creating 2 weeks of content with AI. Then automate posting, add lead magnets, turn on social commerce and conversion tracking. Again, tons of free resources to help in that social media vault to make this easy. Then months 2 to 3, this is when you're going to optimize and scale. Based on your first months of data, what content is working, you're going to really double down on that. You're going to step away from that's not working. You're going to add advanced automation. You're going to look at the data. You're going to capture user-generated content, and you're going to use it. Remember, you might not see massive results overnight, but if you follow this framework for 90 days, you're going to go from randomly posting when you happen to have time for it to creating content and distributing content that drives revenue instead of draining yours and your team's time. So you're hearing it here from me, Ross Simmons. Social media marketing, folks, is not just about posting pretty pictures and crossing your fingers and praying and hoping that it works. It's about building systems, one that attracts the right customers, nurtures relationships, and actually drives results. The businesses that win don't try to be everywhere. They pick a few platforms and they dominate. They post consistently with the help of AI. They use modern discovery tactics. They integrate social with their journey, and they measure the metrics that matter, all while remembering to optimize every single month. Folks, if this has shifted the way that you think about social media marketing, please do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit subscribe so you don't miss future videos, and drop in the comments your biggest social media challenge so we can see what we might want to create more videos for in the future. And I read every comment, so I'll reply. And don't forget, check the link in the description to grab that free social media resource vault filled with insights and ideas that you can apply today. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Ross Simmons, and I'll see you on the internet.